Hi, my name is Leah Day, and welcome to this video for the Free Motion Quilting Project. Today we're learning another new design called Basic Spiral, and it's basically taking a lot of circles and stacking them together and going inside of that shape with a straight line, super simple star to create a really interesting design. So let's get on the machine and see how this works in free motion. So here I am, and I'm stitching inside of a 4-inch square, and I'm going to start by just simply stitching a circle. And I'm stitching on a fairly small scale, so this circle's only going to be about 1/2 inch around. Okay, so that's my circle to start. And now I'm going to stitch my little star inside of it. Very, very simple. Straight line across, stitch back to the middle, stitch down, back up, to the top, and back down. And you want to just continue these straight lines until you have a simple star that looks something like this. Something like that. You could also call this wagon wheels if you wanted to. That would be another good name for the design. But I like Basic Star because it's such a simple star inside of that circle. I think it looks really, really nice. Okay, so from here I might have to stitch this little half of a one. You're going to have weird areas, you just have to learn how to deal with them. And stitching, just breaking it in half is a good way of dealing with small spaces like this. So I'm just bouncing basically back and forth off the edge and going into what I imagine to be the middle of the star. You kind of have to just make it up as you go. Now I'm going to swing into another one and basically do just the exact same thing. I love to mix soft curves and straight lines. I think it looks really, really neat. And it also grabs your attention. It's one of those combinations that, in my opinion, is very man-made. You know, whenever you see something like this, nature doesn't make things that look like that, at least in my opinion. So I like to see things like that, and I love that kind of design, mixing those different elements together. As far as stitching it goes, this is going to be one of those designs that you have to stitch kind of slowly. You can see how tiny my stitches are. That's because of how small I'm stitching this, yes. But it does help to stitch this more slowly, especially in these areas where you're travel stitching. See, I'm stitching out and then I'm travel stitching along that line to get back into the center. Those areas where you travel stitch, it really does help to stitch that more slowly. It also is a nice thing to mix up the sizes of your basic star. Do some big ones, do some slightly smaller ones, so that way they're not all the exact same size and the exact same shape. I mean, of course you can, but that's going to look very different in comparison if they were all different sizes and shapes. You know, you had some that were big and some that were really tiny. It's really whatever you're looking for in the design. I'd say randomness looks really good when you're stitching over an expansive area, a large area of your quilt. And a more regimented design, so like the same size and same shape, looks really good if you're trying to fit these into a very specific area. So like if you're trying to fill in a 1-inch sashing, it would probably be a good idea to just go ahead and fill them in a row, all stacked together, all the same size. So you get kind of an idea here of what this is going to look like and how it's going to stack together. How I'm going to fill my little 4-inch square here, I'm going to basically work from, this is the left to right. I'll rotate and then stitch straight down towards myself. Just simply expanding this row greater and greater, and that way I'm working in a very logical way back and forth through this square until it's filled entirely. I'll never stitch myself into a corner this way. If I do kind of get locked into this space and I have lots of circles over here and I get kind of locked in over here, well, I can always travel stitch against this outer edge in order to get down to start my next row. So I'm going to show you a picture of what this looks like whenever you finish Basic Star. So that's it for Basic Star. I really hope that you've enjoyed learning how to quilt this design in a 4-inch square. Of course, you might be interested in learning how to quilt this on a bigger scale. How do you quilt this in a bed quilt? Well, the simple answer is all you have to do is expand it. But if you're looking for a visual guide to that, I actually taught this design in my Craftsy class, Free Motion Fillers Volume 1. So if you're interested in learning how to quilt this design, plus 49 others on a larger, soft bed quilting scale, definitely check out that Craftsy class. And check out the links below. I'll provide a 50% off discount link so you can save some money on that class too. So my name is Leah Day, and this has been a video for the Free Motion Quilting Project. Find hundreds of videos stitching out beautiful free motion quilting designs, and all with free videos for you to watch and enjoy at freemotionproject.com. Also check out leahday.com, where I have a quilt shop dedicated to carrying all the tools and supplies for free motion quilting on your home sewing machine. If you're needing some tools to make this easier, come check out our shop, and we really appreciate your support. So until next time, let's go quilt.